Shanti, welcome. So today is more about experiencing rather than a class. So it's about experiencing creator and creation. So, and it's not about learning something, but experiencing what's the creator, what's the creation. Hopefully by the end you'll have that lovely experience all for yourself. So so most people live, like creation is out there. Most people think creation is the world, everything outside you. So life is happening to me, so I'm reacting, managing, coping, all these things. So that's what they think about creation. People live it out, sort of live creation, But tonight hopefully we can experience what creation is and what creator is. So you can just feel, like if you just feel creation is out there, you can sort of feel it. Can you just think? You don't have to go looking for it. It's just sometimes we live every day, where do you think creation is? So, and life is happening all around me, or is life within me? So, or am I reacting, managing, and coping? These things flat out at work and whatever you're doing. So you can just feel that, that's that part, that everyday life is like that sort of thing. You have to go looking for it. I'm pretty sure you're pretty aware of it. So everyone's aware of it, even if you make it a cup of tea. Still you're aware, isn't it, that you're making a cup of tea. So, but how are you making the cup of tea? Is a cup of tea coming from outside of you? Am I making the tea for the body or what is it for? Who's creating? What's the creation? And who's experiencing? Simple, isn't it? Like it's really simple, but who is the creator? What's it creating? And what's the creation? And who's experiencing it? So just think, if you're making yourself a drink and you're making a drink, so you're the creator, isn't it? So you're putting things together and the creation is the drink, right? So whatever it is, whatever yummy thing it is, or some herby thing, or then who's experiencing it? That you can just think, you don't have to give answer, say there's no right and no wrong, but who's experiencing, say you're having a drink. I just made a chai before, but I created it and I enjoyed it. But who is the I? So that's what you're thinking. So the creator was me, wasn't some god outside on the moon or something like that. I'm the creator. My creation was the chai. I drank it. So who was experiencing? Who do you think was experiencing? Does the body experience anything? It does, doesn't it? The body experiences, but the body is there as an experiential machine, like you drive the car around, you're experiencing driving the car around. But who's driving the car is the driver, isn't it, that's driving the car. So in this case, you could look and say, well, who's experiencing? I created the chai and the creation is there. So then who's experiencing it? So this is an instrument, isn't it? So the body is never a creator, actually. It's through the body that we're experiencing everything. So we can feel into that. So just say you made a cup of tea and you're having your drink. So who's really experiencing it? Who's the creator? It's your eternal self, isn't it? It's your I am. It's not even the soul, it's actually the I am. but experiences also goes to the soul. But your I am is your eternal, perfect, pure self, which is called your God self, and it's experiencing through the soul and then through the human. So the human is doing what the creator wants to experience. Once we're in tune, of course. I mean, a lot of people that don't understand soul and the creator, yourself, your eternal consciousness, your awareness, that's the big difference. And it's experiencing via the soul, which is light, which is imagination. And the energy from which the I am is communication. So your I am is communicating through the soul into the human via your light body, of course, if you've got one. And then the experiences happen so that the human is drinking your chai or your cup of tea or whatever it is, your ice cream you're eating, then that experience goes back to the I am, isn't it? So the creator and the creation and all the experiences, who do you think it is? So how do you feel, just feel. Say if whatever I've made and now so I've created a bourgeon or a meal for evening meal, now we're going to eat it. So what's the experience? So the body needs nourishment, okay? So that's all that's interested in, isn't it? So the nourishment from the food. And the soul is there. The soul will just remember all the experiences that the human has gone through. So it will continue to create its samskaras or habits. But the real experience comes when we're ready, that is, when the I am is ready to experience that. Otherwise, it's just what Bobby calls body consciousness. Then the body is just doing everything with the mind. So the body and mind are there running around like a chook with its head chopped off, running around everywhere in this life, flat out trying to create things and get everything done. But when I'm actually aware that it's the I am who's experiencing, when I'm ready, not everyone's ready for that, see? But when I'm ready to experience my godly self, my God creator self, that's what the I am. It's just pure consciousness, never becomes corrupted, impure, negative, or anything. But it's experiencing through the human. So now that we're aware of that, it can start to experience it. It wouldn't be experiencing all the murdering and killing of if you're in a war somewhere. It's not interested in that. But all those records go into the soul. So that's why Baba says sometimes the soul can become corrupted, can be negative in the sense it can be very violent and it can be very loving, and it can be a bit of both. That's all our past births recorded in the soul. And that's called our personality traits. And they come through the human, we experience that. So sometimes emotions just jump up even before thoughts can control them. Some people get angry and then they do all sorts of crazy things. So that's the difference. So until we become soul conscious, so we are body conscious. That's what we were being for the last 63 births. Now we're becoming soul conscious in this one birth. So we're aware that I'm a soul, so. And all the past, you don't have to worry about. What we're led to believe that you have to suffer and all negative things have to happen to you to settle all your karma, But you don't have to. It's not like that. You can actually be free of karma just by having that thought, I'm now free of karma. And believe it. If you don't believe it, then you won't be, you see. And you have to understand what the soul's role is to, as we were talking about the wardrobe, going into your wardrobe and clearing all the clothes, all the negativity. But we can't do everything. So the soul has that job to do as well. All your experiences are then accumulated into your soul as wisdom. So it doesn't matter if you're in a war and you're running around shooting each other and everything, all those are experiences which the soul wisdomizes so you can become free from all those bad dreams and things that people have and nightmares, and suddenly things come up and you think, oh, I don't know why I feel like this. And That's all the things you're still hanging in the wardrobe. And the mind is bringing them up and saying, hey, look at this. And you think, oh, my mind is so terrible. It's bringing all these horrible things up. But it's only showing you this is what you've got to get rid of, you don't need it. So, or it's showing you just this is what's giving you a hard time. But then you need to talk to your soul, say, look, field, do I really need this? You talk to your field and then you just give it to the soul. So here you go, we don't want it anymore. And it becomes free. So all the negative energy from there goes. So, but all the things you did there becomes your wisdom, your experience. So it's always there, but it doesn't have any negative influence. But it becomes wise. If it comes up again, you'll think, oh, no, I'm not doing that, because you're already wise about that. So that's why you can never do anything right and you can never do anything wrong. So you can only do things, experience them, and it goes into your soul and it becomes wisdom, no matter what it is. So it's eternal. So it's like the soul is there and it has its perfect self in there as well as the imperfect self in that sense, so all the negative traits. But yeah, now we understand they're not negative, they're only wisdom. So we don't have to fix anything. You got that? Do you know that? You don't actually have to fix anything. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to heal anything. You're free from all of those things. And that's the beautiful thing is where the soul has that wisdom, but the I am, that's your eternal, pure consciousness, which we don't talk that much about, in Raj Yoga. But early days, I used to sneak around Malabar 40 years ago and go into rooms you're not supposed to go into. Well, I went into this old museum and it had super consciousness and then soul consciousness and then body consciousness. They used to teach that in the early days, but then it wasn't taught. For some reason, they stopped teaching it. Anyway, so I was experiencing this later on in my life, and then I realized. So Baba talks about body consciousness, soul consciousness, and conscious consciousness. So that's three different awarenesses. But that one's for a higher one is different. So that's the creator self. And the creation is also the creator. So it comes and experiences through the human. That's why the human's here for. But it's actually, there's no benefit in creating. The human can't create anything because it's going to die, isn't it? So there's no point. You can work hard all your life, earn all your money, then you die. So what's the point of that? What have you experienced during that? What have you lived for? But that's immaterial because the body is very temporary, at the moment. And but until we change our sanskaras, then we can start to live. That's the life. Everything we do is eternal, actually. So then, my true self, my consciousness, is just trying to experience what this is like in 3D. So because we are many, many multi-dimensional being, you see. We're not just this 3D dimensional. It's pretty narrow, isn't it? It's like a nothing, really. It's just a little experience to help us to experience what it's like to be having all our memory wiped, so we don't know from past births or anything. But now our time has come to know all our past births, everything. So that means the soul knows all that. So at the moment, this is your last birth in the physical of this cycle. So you can choose that what do I need to learn and what do I want to learn. So it's up to you. You don't have to do any effort. This is what we've got to do. We have to let go and allow these two things. When you go into your wardrobe, you find these things, the mind brings up these things. You have to let go of them. It's all any attachments, any hatreds, anything, whatsoever. Anything that's happened to you when you were young or old or whatever. And the whole thing is all these things you need to let go, but at the same time, you need to allow everything that's your perfect self to come. And you don't have to make any if it's already there. So your creator self, the creation, everything is already there. You don't have to go looking for it. It's right here with you, you know. It's like when we're, as we're saying, when we're thinking of creation, we're thinking of everything outside of us. Excuse me, I've got a cough, but everything inside of us is there, you see. So actually, when we're thinking of every creation outside of ourselves, like making my chai, and you're doing everything outside, you know, you're making it on the bench, in the pot, doing all sorts of things. But it's a creation, it's an experience which my creator self is experiencing through the human. So it gets to know what a cup of tea tastes like, gets to know what making it is like. Whatever you're doing, you're experiencing that. It's you, your eternal self, that's experiencing that. So you don't have to look for anything outside of yourself to make yourself so-called great wisdom or master, because everything's within us. And that's what we're doing. When we become soul presence, then it's like we're just allowing ourselves to become our true self. Easy. I wish you go to school and do that. Would have passed all my exams. So, so there we have it. So that's like, there's nothing to do, you know, that's the thing. But there is a lot to allow, you know. Stop doing things to try and make yourself into a so-called spiritual master or something like that. There's no such thing. Spiritual is just a word, you know, which is so confusing, and people get already controlled by it because they think someone's more spiritual than someone else. They're not. Everyone's a soul. Everyone is a I am, you know, the spiritual being, the consciousness that is forever, always has been and always will be. And it's created the soul to experience through and to communicate. Maybe that chai got stuck in my mouth, throat. Yeah, so just when you sit silently, notice a thought arising, you know. Did you create that? Any thought that comes in your mind. So did you create that? Or did it just appear, you know? Notice the sensation in the body. Notice the room, you know. So everything is there. So notice a thought arising. So any thought, we're having thoughts off and on, you know. Notice any sensation in the body. Maybe you got sore knees, maybe it's time to stretch your leg or something. And then you just notice the room. Well, so did you create that or did it just appear, you know? And who is the one aware of it? So who is the one aware of all those things? So you can just feel it, you know, you don't have to give any answer. I'm not doing a test or exam or anything. So all you got to do is, so notice a thought arising. So a thought's coming up. Notice its sensation in your body and notice the room around you, you know. So did you create that? Or did it just appear? And who is the one aware of it? So who's the one aware of it? Those three things. So who would be aware of everything like that? So it's quite interesting, isn't it, when you start thinking? Hmm. Oh goodness me. Okay, so at some point you can, you know, there's no separation. So you just think the creator, all this room was there, thought was come up. So a thought came up. So who was the creator and who was the creation? But at some point, yeah, it's just like there's no separation. So thought, the human, the body, the sensation, and the room around you. Is there a separation? You don't go, you know, it's like you've got to have and then one app and then another app and then another app, it's just like changing, the body is one app, thought is another app, and the room is another app. It's not like that, is it? It's like everything is like that. It's like creation is something that not something you do, it's something that is what you are. Your creation is what you are. So it's not something you're going to do. So creation is not something you do, it is what you are. So your creation. So creating and creation are not two. They meet here as this moment, as you, to sing. Creator and creation. So creator, just think your whole life is a creation, isn't it? Your work, everything around you, everything is a creation. Created by the creator, you. So they're not two, understand? So people keep thinking creator and creation, so they think creator is God and creation is us, this earth. Both are external to myself. So they're not there. But you are the creator and you're also the creation. Have you got that? So just feel into that, just feel I'm the creator and also the creation. I created everything in my life, everything around me, everything inside me. In fact, you'll find there's nothing outside of you. When you understand creation, everything is within you, which was created. And even when I experience, say, my cup of tea that's still tingling my throat, but it's still my creation within me. I'm experiencing that. So everything is creator and creation, experiencing the same thing at the same time. And you don't have to think too hard about it. Just allow it. The thing is, there's no right and no wrong. If you're ready to understand that, you're ready. If you're not, you're not. It's not about suddenly having to do 10 hours of yoga buddy and then suddenly get into some sort of an awareness. It's not like that. It's just suddenly some penny might drop that, oh yeah, I'm the creator and I am also the creation. What does that actually mean? That means whatever in my life I'm doing, I'm the creator of it, and I'm also experiencing as the creation. So whenever you want anything in your life, it's the creator, your eternal self, that creates through the creation. That's why people think, oh, I need an abundance. I've got to have a new car and a new house. And they have all these vision boards and everything, whatever it is. And they never work because it's upside down and inside out. Because what you're saying is to your creator self is, this is what I don't want. When you say I want as the human, it's the human wanting, isn't it? So the human wants whatever it wants. But you're supposed to be the master of the human. We've been so used to the human running our life for so long. And now the human is going to be our field. So we were talking a lot about the field. So the field is the human, the mind, the light body, which is all my past births experiences, and the soul, and the I am. That's your field. That's your protection. If you can do everything from that field of abundance, when you understand that is my field of abundance, that means everything will be created for me. You don't even have to think what you need because everything will be there in abundance for you. So you don't even have to think, what do I need? Or pray to God or ask this whatever for some big flash car and a nice house and whatever it is, my nice new boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever it is one needs. But, yeah. But that's the human that's doing that, you see. So we have to learn to become free from all all the things that the human wants, which is we've allowed that for a long time now because that's we were living under survival mode. But now we have awareness, which is we haven't had awareness before, Only now we're learning to have awareness that I am, I exist, I always have existed, and I always will exist. So, and we don't have to make any effort. We just have to be aware that, oh yeah, I allow myself good health. I allow myself an abundance of everything. We all try to fix, I mean, I was the worst at it, but you always try to fix your body. You think you know how to do it. So the body goes, oh, okay, how's it going for you, But the body has all the DNA, everything inside your bones to make your any part of vitamins, minerals you think you're lacking. It's got everything already in your bones, apparently. I haven't had a look in there to find out. I was just reading about it. And that's what they're saying. That what actually happens is the more we try to fix the body, the sicker you'll get because the body just leaves it to you. You think you know more. So then the mind is running the body and the body is saying, oh, okay, there you go. Chuck that stuff inside me. But then you wonder why you still get sick. That's why all these injections and everything is there. But most people that get injections get sick. But because they don't allow the body to fix itself. So, but now when you understand who's the creator and what the creation is, then you just allow perfect health, isn't it? You allow everything. You don't have to make any effort. You just say, okay, I'm sick of trying to fix myself. Now I give up. There you go, body. It's all yours. Fix yourself. I've made a mess of it. Now you fix yourself up. So once we realize these things, then the difference between creator and creation is your realization of your field. You've got this beautiful field and it's a field of abundance. So what do you need to create? Nothing. It's already done for you. Your creator self is doing that. So he's going to make you little. I mean, we might wish for all sorts of little things, like a flash new house and a car, but the creator self, it'll give you amazing. That's only like a little thing like this much, compared to the whole. And it's going to give such a wonder, and it wants to experience everything in this world. So that's what my creator self wants to experience this world. What does an ice cream taste like? What does a sunset look like? It doesn't know, you see, because it's just pure consciousness. Pure consciousness has no form. It's just pure energy. It's just pure energy. That's what consciousness is. That's who we are. And that's why we're in this form to try and experience myself. I realized one day, who am I? And of course, then the soul was created and then the body's created. And then here we are experiencing. But it's taken us a squillion lifetimes to get to know whatever that you can allow your I am to start experiencing through the human. And then the humans have been so used to running around doing everything. And then it says, oh, some ghost has entered me, but it's actually its own true master, it's the creator. And that's what we got to do and you don't have to do, as I said, the thing is you've got to try and stop fixing yourself. I'm telling myself that one. So it's not telling anyone else because I'm the worst at that. And I'll just think, I just, I don't know what it is, just a habit. Sometimes I'll buy things and I think, oh, then I thought, what did I buy that for? But because I'm trying to let the body fix itself. So, okay, I'm taking these tablets and this so-called vitamin, mineral, whatever it is. And I'll say, well, I'm not trying to fix your body. I'm just, if you need it, it's there. So you got to make, it's just such habits we in creation. It's just a samskara, which is in this, it's part of the soul. So, and part of the mind. So, and the mind just feeds you, and then suddenly you've done something. It's like that emotion that of having this perfect body that you're looking for, or something that at least makes you feel good, no aches and pains. The next thing you're buying something, and you think, oh, the, so hang on a minute, I should have really, asked the field. So once you get to know your field, you don't do anything yourself. So you'll say, oh, field, do we need that? And you'll get the answer. Oh no, what do we need that for? The body fixes itself. Let it be. But you got to keep, that's why emotions jump up before thoughts, you see. So we just got to know how we operate, you know. So, and it's going to just an experience. It's not that it's right or wrong. It's just you start to become aware and you think, oh my God, I've defeated myself again. But it's not that like that. It's just like one day I'll be aware, like soul, we get that. And so the whole thing is it becomes more and more aware. You'll become more aware of your presence. So the more presence you are, you know, you're there and you're present and aware that I am present, you know, and that's where everything changes. So, and it's not that you're going to start flying around the room or anything. It's just you'll still be you. You're going to be there, but you're going to be soul presence. So you'll be there in your soul consciousness. So and it's just so beautiful. And then you'll allow now you can allow the creator to create through the soul, you know, through the human, and you can experience everything. That's the creation, whatever creation that's created through that. And it's the creator who's experiencing the creation. So you don't have to look for it anywhere, you know, it's just naturally. And you don't even have to understand it if you don't, it doesn't matter. But it just that's how it's working, you know. This is my experience. It's not a teaching or anything. We don't have any special teachings. This is not teaching. This is my own personal experiences. That's all. And it's not teachings of the. We don't teach that as the Brahmic Murrays, but I'm teaching it from my experiences of the last 45 years in this knowledge, and then sort of running into a wall, you know. So and to see why people are not so happy, you know, we should be more light and free. We should be living the life of our next birth, you know, with such joy and happiness. So why is that not happening? Because you think I'm doing everything, you know. We forget who's actually doing anything. We just live in a field of abundance and allow the beautiful creation to create itself. So we're going to have such a good time. This is in the earth today is the worst it's going to be. It's always going to get better from now on in. You'll see that all the magic of all the inventions are coming now, all being revealed. And this world's going to be so wonderful to live in a short time too, not 50 years or something. In 5 or 10 years, you'll be amazed what this world. We'll look back at this time and go, well, remember that war in Iran and America and all these places and how bad it was. New Zealand was running out of oil and so was Australia, you know. You'll go back and think, actually, that was pretty amazing because that's what had to happen, you know. So there has to be a big stock market crash so that the whole markets can change and money, all the money's changing and how people are going to use it. You're already experiencing that in China, isn't it? So now people don't have money in their pockets, they don't need anything, isn't it? So, and it's how it's going to be, you know, worldwide. And it's like they're already talking about everyone on this earth is going to be given a minimal wage. So you'll be living a minimal wage. So even if you're a little person in the middle of the desert somewhere, you will be on a minimum wage. So that's how much abundance there is on this earth. So that there's going to be a new sort of world order, that sense that's looking after the human people on this earth with such love, you know. All the inventions of all the solar energies and all the energy, free energies and everything will be there, you know. And the best, because AI is there to help us get through this patch, you know. People are blaming poor old AI for taking all their jobs and everything, but we just want to keep slaving ourselves to the day we die. We're not here to be actually working. We're actually here to be enjoying everything, you know, through this human. We think we have to work hard because we've been so brainwashed, you know, that we think have to survive in this world by working yourself to death, you know. And the more you work hard, then the more sicker you get. And they think, oh, you've done really well on this birth. It's sad to see you go. You died, have you? So, you know, what's the point? There's no point in the creation, you see. Physically, the body can't create. You know, it can make the world tough for you, you know, by all the emotions and the feelings which is in the mind. So the body is there, but it's been driven by the mind, and that's why we make the mind our best friend as well. So the human and the mind becomes part of our beautiful field, you know. So and you'll be amazed when you start including your mind and having good feelings for it, because the mind wants to help you. People think, oh, I'm having all these waste thoughts and I'm having bad thoughts and all this negative stuff. It's only trying to show you what you have to let go. That's all. It doesn't matter how bad or good they are. It's just something gets bringing up. Say, look, you need to let that go, and you talk to your field. Hey, soul, do you think that we need to hang on to that? And the soul said, no. So the soul will wisdomize it. So it's just showing you what you need to let go. That's all. No big deal. And there's no right and no wrong. There's no good and no bad. And usually find if something happened to you before you were three that was really bad, then you'll find if you go back to your next birth, you were doing the same thing to someone else in your past birth. That's the law of cause and effect. I studied all that stuff. That's how I know. And I've treated people for those things. So I know those things. And it's no right and no wrong. See, everything in this world has a just cause. So all the wars and all the people living in the wars and all people getting killed in the wars and all people shooting everyone, it's all part of the whole game. It's what their game is all about. It's about cleansing and clearing, and that's what's going on in the world at the moment. Look at all the rain that's coming and cleaning and cleansing. It's about cleansing all the energies, the negative energies out of matter. So, and that's what's happening. And that's the benefit of understanding, by don't worry about anything. You don't have to save the world. You don't have to save the world. People are saving world special meditation to save the world. Can't even save themselves. So all you have to do is look after yourself. And that's what it's about. And so you can't save anyone and you can't have special meditation for someone because you're interfering with them, isn't it? So you become a special loving terrorist. I call them loving terrorists. They spend all their love to somebody and then they still, then they interfere with their way of settling their accounts. So but anyway, that's something people have a bit of trouble with accepting things. They love terrorists, so or terrorists of the saving the world. But you don't need to worry about the world. The world's going to look after itself. It changes automatically and naturally, and someone will be there to fix the world up. You don't have to worry. The only thing we have to think about is just allowing myself to be my true self. That's all. And allow the mind to show us what's negative. We're not suppressing. I've tried suppressing, running away from it, doing everything, and all these years of meditation, 10-hour butties, 8-hour butties, all sorts of things. And all the mind is jumping to say, hey, let go of that. But we think I have to conquer the mind, all these negative things, but it's not like that. The mind is showing you as a friend what you need to let go. Always remember your mind is your best friend. People think it's like a mire, we call mire, but it is a mire if you're trying to fight it all the time because you're going to be worn out. But all it's doing is trying to help you because that's what the mind is there for. I created my mind to protect me. Just think when there's animals and tigers around and not get eaten any time, or even in war and things like so the mind was there to protect you. But now we don't need the mind to protect us. So you could say, hey, mind, now you can be part of my field. I'm sorry for giving you a hard time and trying to beat you to death. But and now we're going to be good friends, and you'll be amazed the difference. You'll suddenly, all your thoughts will suddenly stop and you'll be feeling so much love for the mind and for the body. When you include the body feels, oh, at last, I'm feeling that love. That's what loving yourself means. Learning to love yourself. It means to accept yourself as you are, not like being some beauty queen or some movie star or whatever. Just accept yourself as you are. And whatever age you are, that's what it is. But soon you won't have to worry about age because age won't mean anything soon because already the they know how to take the age back. I was just reading an article, oh, you can get it, and they're already taken a monkey chimpanzees who was blind and old, and he's gone right back with these. I don't know how they treat the DNA or something, but they take them right back, and now he's a young monkey with full eyesight. So now they said so they've now got permission from the American government to do the human being with eyes first. So they're going to do the eyes and then they'll do different organs. So they'll be able to get good health and everything coming back like that. So see what's coming up now. So you can see it's going to be just fantastic. So there'll be no more hospitals. Imagine how many jobs will be out of work, how many people will be out of work, but we won't need them. If everyone's healthy, once you agreed to be healthy, and then There won't be any more people having to steal or people. All these things are going to finish. So everything that's you won't need any more prisons because people will have enough money to live on. You won't need to go around stealing. People learning to be loving because actually 99.9% of human beings are very beautiful beings. It's only the old 1% that's really violent because they're so caught up in their maybe they get an extra couple of percent at the moment, but eventually that's not who they really are. They're really that beautiful beings. They love to be happy. Anyone who doesn't like a nice happy family? Everyone loves happiness, isn't it? Meeting people, having a cup of tea together and a good laugh, game of cards, whatever it is, whatever you go for a swim and whatever, anything. So you can do all those things. That's what life's about at this moment, but that's why the big change and shift is here. And that's why I came to this earth 70 years, 75 years ago I came and to give my light to this earth. And that's all we're here for is to shine your light. That's what we're doing for the earth. Every one of us that finds out about ourselves is just shining your light that you don't have to do anything else. Nature will look after you. Matter will look after you. So that's what it's all about. Just love. Okay, that's probably a bit of a beating. It's not supposed to be a beating, it's supposed to be an experience. So the experience is who's the creator? So the creation and the creator. So now it's your own feelings to do with yourself. How do you feel about that? And it's an experience, you see. You can't learn it from a book or anything. I mean, I'm just giving you my experiences, how I've experienced myself as the creator and the creation, just how you feel, just through practical things like making a cup of tea, doing things, going to work, the creator and the creation. You're both the same, isn't it? So, and the human is there to create through, because the human has got there for you to use to experience through it. And who are you? You're the creator, and you're also the creation. So, and that's something to just think about. That's all, and experience it. And you can allow yourself to be free. And when you understand, there's nothing you need to think about that you want. Because when you say, I want something, that means you don't want it. That means I haven't got it. If you say, I want something, that means you haven't got it, isn't it? So I want money. Well, then you haven't got it. So you don't want any money. Okay. That's how it's comes back that way. But if you're the creator, if money is needed, it would create it. It would be there for you. You don't have to think about, I need this or I want that. That's the human thinking, you see. Not the I am. The I am knows exactly what it needs to do. So, and the soul, of course, and the light body. So you don't have to think much. So everything is perfect. If it's perfect, if you don't have anything and you have a lot of bad health and everything, that's exactly what you've created. You're the creator and you're experiencing it as creation. So that's the human stepping in between. That's when we're body conscious, you see. So then the creator can't create through that. So because first the human thinks it's in charge. So, and that's we just have to allow my creator self to do what it needs to do. So, and it's no big deal. It's just beautiful. So you can, but it's just being aware, that of your field, that understand what the human is. When you accept it in your field, then it will do what it's supposed to do. It's like when you have a car, you love your car. So it will respond according to your love for it. It doesn't tell you, I'm not going, it doesn't argue with you. When you get in the car, you just turn the key on and away you go, or whatever you do, and you drive to where you're going to drive to, you see. And that's the same. This is a body, and you're the driver. The soul's jumping in, the master soul. It's jumping in and it wants to go somewhere, but the driver says, no, no, I'm tired today. I'm not going anywhere. So, and the poor old driver says, my God, I'll have to get another car. This is the hopelessness car. But it's no one's fault. just experiences of so many body conscious births that we've now, it's so deep in the mind and the sanskaras of the soul that the soul itself has to change. So when we allow and understand how we work, then bit by bit we can change, you know. It's just letting go, going through that wardrobe, chucking out those old clothes, and have love for your mind, you know. Understand how important the mind is. It's nothing we have to conquer. It's the benefit of the mind. And every time you think, oh God, that wasn't very nice, but don't worry. It's cool. Just talk to your soul, talk to your field. Do you think we need to keep that? The horrible clothes will chuck those lots out, you know. So, yeah. And in the end, the clothes in your wardrobe will be what you love to wear, you know. You'll feel good with those clothes that are left. And you won't need to dress for anyone. You'll dress for you. Don't care about anyone else. It doesn't matter. You're going to get dressed every day. You're going to be you and whatever you want to wear. So, and whatever. Even if you've got number 91 instead of 90, it's all right. You've got 90 on your t-shirt. So that's cool. Well, that's all right. Okay, great souls. So we can just sit for a minute, just be present that I'm the soul in this field. Just try and picture yourself, you're a field in the sense that the human is the field, and I'm inside my human with my minds, my light body, which is all the wisdom of all my past births. It's there. And the soul is what's making all my experiences into wisdom. The role of the soul is so beautiful. And the I am is your master self. It's your eternal wisdom. Well, actually, it's not the wisdom. The I am is your eternal awareness. And all the wisdom that's coming from this birth is coming through the soul and back into the I am, the awareness. That's our God self. And you don't have to make any efforts. You're not fixing anything. You're not healing anything. You're just allowing yourself to be. And feel the beauty of that you don't have to do anything. You're free. That's true freedom. And when the Creator does everything through the creation, then you'll see the amazing experiences you'll have just by doing nothing, shining that beautiful light, accepting yourself as you are. Okay, so just take a nice deep breath in. I am that I am. Om Shanti.